Perfect day, have a go. Not a cloud in the sky. Look at that. So we're on the bins track and she is definitely a track, taking the daylights out of everything. Oh. This one here is not too shabby, not good. Oh no, there's no way you can pass each other. Let's just hope we don't. There's only 600 Ks. Pushing all of your belongings, food, water, tent on this baby. Man, oh man, how tough would that be? Bee warning, European bald bees are attracted to water sources. Oh, that'll be alright. A bee warning. So the first little spot we're stopping is Jessie Gap. We didn't stop at Emily Gap, we drove past it. It's literally, maybe, how far out? 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Not far out at all. So this is just a big gap in the rocks, I do believe, but I tell you what, if you like the old rocks, they're pretty stunning looking rocks. Don't you reckon those rock formations look good?
They're amazing.
They're great. Love these rocks. How cool are they? Look at that up there. Awesome. So there is some paintings in here, but we're not exactly sure where they are. So I don't think we'll be going for a 7k walk to try and find them. Just been informed by Rara that women and children are not allowed in this gorge. This is a men's only gorge. Very spiritual place for the men. So no ladies and no kids. I reckon we should bring in rules like that. Why can't we do that? I think I'm going to have certain parts of the farm. They're going to have very significant spiritual meaning for men only. That's a good idea. So this is called Corroboree Rock. And we would have assumed it's where they have corroborees, but I don't think it actually is. It's another sacred site, and it's sacred because of the availability and abundance of food in the area. There are mulga apple, wild passion fruit. What else have we got there? A puffball. Light brown scaly skinned fungus about the size of a man's fist is found at the base of trees and shrubs. Fungus is eaten while young and soft, either raw or cooked. And then they got the old witchetty grubs. Wild fig. We had some of the wild figs at Uluru. Bush coconut. Wild orange. And also the parenti, second largest lizard in the world. That's what old mate took the photo of out there, the parenti. They can exceed 2.5 metres in length. Let's go look for one. What do you reckon? Let's go find a big parenti.
Your dinner.
Yeah, my dinner. All right, next stop is the John Hayes Waterhole. Perfect day, have a go. Not a cloud in the sky. Look at that. 25 degrees.
Just about every day.
Yeah, well, we had a little bit of drizzle. 25 degrees, no wind, absolute cracker. All right, let's get to the waterhole. Well, this is another one of these places I've been wanting to come to for years. The Bins Track. We're going down to Dale Gorge. Go and have a bit of a squiz down there. It does say 4-wheel drives only, so I hope we can get down there with the van. So we're on the Bins Track, and she is definitely a track, and we've just passed another big sign that says 4-wheel drive only. So let's hope we'll give you a bit of a squiz at what she looks like. We're going through the old creek here now. She's definitely a track. Don't know whether we should keep going down this part of the Bins Track or not. Sarah, what do you think?
I think we'll be fine.
Oh, you'll think we'll be fine, eh?
As long as we can turn around.
Yeah, as long as we can turn around. Yeah, right, we can turn around here. Nice. Anyway, we'll be right. We'll just take it nice and slow, see how we go. Yeah. Let's hit the bins track. Well, these are probably the worst corrugations we've been on so far. Oh man, they are shocking.
A bit of a rattle.
Everything is just getting shaken to the bone. It's hard to even talk. The trouble is you can't really get a good speed either because the track's too small. So who knows, maybe if you can get up to 70 you might be alright, but we're only doing 30 and it is surely shaking the daylights out of everything. Check out these corrugations. I don't know if you can really see them with the old camera, but man, they are gems. They're so close together. That's why it's so rough. See what it's like in the sun here. Anyway, better get back in. Poor old Sarah. She's getting a bit impatient with all of this videoing that we're doing here. Anyway, how are you travelling? Fine? Let's keep going. So we've made it down to Macdonnell Gorge. That was a bit hectic on that road. And of course we didn't let our tyres down. We should have, which was dumb. We're going to let the tyres down on the way back. Anyway, there's heaps of rock carvings up in here, so we'll go and have a look and see what we can find. And they're not quite sure the age of them, but they guesstimate they're between 2 to 10,000 years old. And there's two different types down here. There's ones that are finely pecked, and there's also other ones that are pounded into the rock. So obviously this is a pretty significant site, this one down here. That's why we wanted to get down here and have a look and take that rough old dirt road off the bins track. The bins track was bad enough, but then the Macdonnell Gorge road, man oh man, what a Barry Crocker. We'll get some footage of that on the way back out. Anyway, nice little half-hour walk in and half-hour walk out. Let's go have a look. So here's a bit of the old rock art, which is actually called petroglyphs. It's the caterpillar walking along, and this is the butterfly emerging. So this is an awesome little cave that's on the track. All these little birds' nests in there from maybe swallows or something like that, I guess. And up there, and you can see how black the roof is. It's from the fires that they used to have in here. I mean, this would be a pretty good little spot to rest in here for sure. Nice sort of warm in winter and cool in summer. Yeah, awesome. These ones look pretty old because they're pretty worn. They're really worn. Just the circles again. There's some more here. And then this looks like a little path that they've made up there, representing something. Some more etchings, carvings. Not sure what that is there, maybe representing a man of some sort. This is another pretty awesome little cave, this one. What a gem. I'm sure they would have had some fires in here, but the roof's quite high, so probably didn't blacken. I can't see any engravings anywhere in here. It's certainly nice and cool in here, out of the sun, that's for sure. And it's a pretty specky sort of a view too.
Bit dangerous, there's a lot of rocks falling off.
So they estimate that there's over 6,000 engravings in this gorge. Obviously we're not going to see them all, we'll just see a few of them. So I just got to try and keep our eyes peeled on all these rocks to see if we can see anything in them. Because they're not all marked. Found a couple that weren't marked. Anyway, we'll keep going up here to the gorge a bit more. Definitely pretty specky. The water must rage through here when it pours down, that's for sure. Anyway, it's as far as the trail goes. This one here is not too shabby, the circles. So here's a couple more that we didn't see on the way in. Sarah's picked them, they're getting pretty faded. These ones look pretty old. Here's some more that we missed. There, and there's some in there too. In there. So we're back on the bins track, just heading out on Macdonnell Gorge, and this time I remembered to let the tyres down because I forgot to let them down on the way in, and what an incredible difference it is making in these corrugations.
Or it could be my superior driving.
That is it. Sarah's driving, not me. That's the difference. It's not tyre pressure at all. Anyway, it certainly makes a huge difference, that's for sure. So the proof definitely is in the pudding. This is the bins track. It's the same road that we were just on the way in, and old me didn't let the tyres down, as I said, and I was literally struggling to do 20 kilometres an hour. Sarah is doing, apart from this little creek here, Sarah is doing 50 to 55 kilometres an hour. So doubled the speed and half the shake, at least half the shake.
So much better.
Doesn't feel anywhere near as bad as what it did on the way in. But make sure you let your tyres down. So we got a bit of a drama going on here, unfortunately. The weld in here for the old Bullbar, which we just got re-welded like 2 days ago, has come adrift again because the old corrugations on the Bins Road were pretty horrendous. But what I've found the underlying problem actually is down in here, down inside there is a bolt that's missing, which means that this whole thing is just rattling and shaking the living daylights out of this. So I've ratchet strapped it in to stop it from wobbling around, and hopefully that'll get us out of trouble until we get to Mount Isa. We'll try and get it welded back up again and get that bolt in, which probably means that I've got to take the whole Bullbar off, which I'm not really looking forward to, but anyway, if it has to happen, it has to happen. because we can't keep welding this. It's just a disaster. That's not too bad. Least of your worries, really. Could be a lot worse. So we're set up, Trephina Gorge campground. This is the panorama campground, this one. And we were going to free camp, but like it's $10 a night. Like really, why would you bother? And you don't know what's out there. And it's a pretty nice little backdrop we got here. All the ranges, the East Macdonnell Ranges. Nice and cool in the shade. We got there's one person over there, but there's a toilet just there, and it's pretty empty. It's very nice little spot. And supporting the old NT National Parks for $10. Can't go wrong, cheap as chips. All the camping areas around the Macdonnell Ranges are pretty well $10 a night, so it's pretty cheap. Very, very cheap. Very affordable, and I mean it's sort of dirt, but it's flat and pretty good. So we got the old Jenny going. I left the inverter on all night with Starlink going and a couple of other things, and I run the battery flat in the van. Perfect. What a wally. Anyway, just get this going for a couple of hours and we'll get some sun on it. Now the sun's got up a bit higher, but we're in the shade, so we're gonna have to move, which we're doing anyway. And then we got a drama with old mate Mr. Carr. The battery's going flat on us. Now the battery, we got it checked and it said it was all good, but she just does not want to do it, and this is not good. Oh no. So we got the trusty old jump starter pack. Let's get the jump starter pack going. This one's a good one. This one's the old Matson. She's a bit of a gem. This will get the car going, definitely. If I can do it one-handed. Bit of a struggle. Yep, she's a struggle. So let's get the ignition going. See how she goes. Let's get her running. Let's go, baby. Let's go. There we go. She's running. Doesn't take much to start it. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, she's running. That's the main thing. So just leaving Trephina Gorge on our way to the John Hayes Rockhole for a swim. We thought we'd just come up here and just drop in and have a quick look at this little baby here. And this little baby here is the biggest ghost gum in the Northern Territory. And I tell you, it's a pretty cool looking tree actually. We're like, oh, will we stop? No, we'll keep going, but it's a pretty cool looking tree. And one of the interesting things with the old ghost scum, which we found out at Uluru, is it has like a white powder on the bark, which is what the local indigenous people use for their face paintings and stuff. We'll have a look and see if it does or not. Oh yeah, look at that. She does. And they used to mix this up with a bit of water, and they used to use it as their ceremonial paint. So there you go. One last little look at old Mr. Ghost Gum. Let's go for a swim. So we're just at the John Hayes Rock Pool. Pretty cool rocks here again. Water's a little bit stagnant unfortunately, so we won't be going for a swim. Be pretty nice if it was fresh water, that's for sure. We'll go back and have a look at the gorge. I can't quite get around there. My head's still a bit spinny, so I don't want to risk it. But it's quite nice up there through the gorge. Be good watching water come pouring down here, that's for sure. Very nice. Beautiful little gorge, isn't it? Cracker. Well, the old John Hayes Rockhole, a little bit murky, but it's pretty nice in there. Wasn't it, Rara?
Yes.
Pity we couldn't go swimming, that's for sure.
Yeah, if it was flowing, it would be beautiful.
Yeah,
it
would be nice.
For us.
Anyway, so that's it for Trephina Gorge. We're going to head out to Arltunga, I think it's pronounced, the Arltunga historical sites. Go and have a look around there. So she's a gem of a little track in this one. 4-wheel drives. High clearance. Doesn't say you can't bring a caravan though, does it?
Nope. Rattles your brains a bit.
Yeah, a couple of nice creek crossings. It looks like they've been doing some backburning here, eh? Hazard reduction maybe. A fair bit of it. But it doesn't look like it got too high in the trees, so it must have been too hot, so that's why I'm assuming it's hazard reduction and not a bushfire. Good luck if anybody was coming the other way. Oh, there's a spot.
There's a few every now and then, but most
the van's
of it,
close.
somebody would be reversing.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard for us to try and reverse through this stuff, that's for sure, with the van. But like if you come across somebody in here, there's no way you can pass each other. Let's just hope we don't. So we're at the Arltunga Visitors Centre. A few good little bits and pieces here. Gonna go and have a look at some of the old buildings in a minute, but this is a classic here. The old wheelbarrow. So the closest you could get to here was Oodnadatta, and then you'd put your belongings on your wheelbarrow you bought, and you'd walk from Oodnadatta down to here. Wasn't very far. It was only 600 k's, pushing all of your belongings, food, water, tent, on this baby. Man, oh man, how tough would that be? So this is the reconstructed police station. Quite a big police station really, but I suppose if there was 300 miners out here, man, they'd all be trying to steal each other's gold. And the way they used to get it is, they started panning, but it was too hard to pan because there was no water here to do any panning with. So they used to mine it in the quartz veins. And of course the way they used to get it out of the quartz veins was to blow it up. So you can imagine it would be like out here with probably a lot of drunk people with explosives and gold hiding all over the place. That's why they had the government works up the road up there, which is where they stored all the gold. So the old police station, not much to it, that's for sure. And we've got not sure what this old building here is, but you can see the foundations. Maybe this is where might have been Plotty's house, I'd imagine, policeman's house, and she's succumbed to the elements and she's gone. That there looks like part of it's the old and part of it they might have reconstructed. This looks to me like she's the old jail cell. So inside the old cell, I've got to say one thing. It's pretty cool in here. A nice stone. And look how thick the wall is. She's pretty thick. Yeah, nice and cool considering she's 31 degrees outside. But it wouldn't be much fun being locked in here, that's for sure. Yep, I was too slow. She's locked me in. Let me out! Yep, she has. It's locked.
Tiny window out there.
It's locked. Thanks. Yep.
Will we leave here for a couple of days?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Get the feel of what it would be like.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, thank you. All right, you can let me out now. Come on. So this is the old crusher where they'd crush all the quartz to try and get the gold out. Look at those big stumps she's sitting on. But this was working flat out in its day, and it was actually driven by a steam engine. She's a pretty solid looking thing. She would have been making some noise, and they just got some old tins there. Nice big pieces of timber there, that's for sure. And I'm sure that everyone was anxiously waiting as they watched all the quartz being pounded up to see if they had any gold in there after all their hard labour trying to get it out. So we found ourselves a nice little camp spot just off the edge of the bins track. We're all set up, having a beer, nice and relaxed. And unfortunately, old mate Mr. Farmhand has just come and booted us. So here we are on the bins track at night time. Perfect. So a family of 7 people lived in here. Man, oh man.